everyone to Folsom Field here in Boulder, Colorado. Right now is the epicenter of college football.
Welcome to 0 to 60. Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6 0 Football Academy and 6 0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of the football.
That was his dream to play for Colorado. And McChesney grew up in Colorado, always wanted to be a Buffalo, has had a great career.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We're at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to 0 to 60. Happy Monday. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. We have a ton of shit to talk about. Last week, we were only on once because of family stuff and emergencies and all that shit. But all good there. Update on that. Mom goes in for open heart on Thursday morning. So we'll keep everybody informed on that because, she called me when I was on the show and a bunch of people had questions. So it is what it is. We're moving forward here. Lots to talk about. The Under Armour All-American Camp was this weekend in Phoenix. My son, Sunza, and I were out there. Great weekend. Went to Arizona State on Saturday for 3 hours. They meetings and film and talks and coaches and, go walking around on the field down there. That's a pretty special stadium with a lot of history. They played a Super Bowl there. Really, really kick-ass place. Kenny Dillingham, man, that guy's got his shit together down there. Got to see my guy, Brian McGinnis, who was at Colorado for many years and is a great dude. And he's, Kenny's right hand down there. So it was pretty kick-ass. That was a great trip. The camp on Sunday was awesome. Humbling, but also everybody's hungry. I'd say everybody was about 50-50 on reps. There were some really, really good linemen. One of the top player in the 28 class was down there whipping everyone's ass, like fucking spin cycles and chop clubs. And I was even up there like, damn, this kid can get it. So, Nick and Moon really dominated. Moon had a great camp. Caden Meyer, great camp. Nick, great camp. Everybody's at the front of the line, busting their ass and leading, and it's good to see everybody come out of it healthy and happy and hungry and ready to improve on what they struggled on, but also, bank everything they did well and move on to the next opportunity, which is, continuing getting better before football camps and all the shit that's coming around the bend here. 6-0 moves at the end of the month. We'll be in the new facility starting April 1st, so I'm super excited about all that. We'll have a grand opening. We'll have a huge podcast and radio studio with a big window and all the bells and whistles and shit. So that's going to be super dope. Can't wait to set that up. But yeah, man, we got a lot of good shit popping. I'm sure I forgot some stuff, but Bailey's got a docket of shit to talk about today it's long. So we got a lot to discuss. And let's fucking roll.
Let's roll, Matt. 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. We're in the building here on a beautiful Monday. And boy, oh boy, Matt, do we got a lot to talk about. NFL moves, it's like this, Matt. NFL moves that go down like crazy, including your Dolphins, your Jets, some other teams you play for. So we'll discuss that here in a little bit. But Matt, yeah, I know how you feel about the Dolphins. So let's start off with Colorado, though. Matt, Colorado, I mean, they're undergoing spring ball. They're getting after it, to say the least, Matt. We got all types of shit going on. So first, I'll just kind of run through some clips of practice and stuff like that. Obviously, on Twitter, this is blowing up. Creed Thomas, Hakeem Williams fighting in practice, which personally I ain't got much of a problem with. I saw Chad Brown come out and say some stuff, but we'll say Creed, corner there, he's been making some plays in spring ball, getting after it, getting pick sixes and shit. He's had one hell of a spring ball so far. Also here, Matt, you'll love this clip. Chauncey Gooden and others getting after it in the O-line. Take a listen. Like, I love it. I love the energy coming from the offensive line. Obviously, two good blocks there, finishing and then some there. I love to see it. I love the energy in the run game here. And I love that Colorado is really placing an emphasis on that. Another clip I want to show, Bucky ended up posting this over the weekend, but he was just showing how Richard Young responded to criticism, so to speak, coming from Brendan Marion. And boy, oh boy, did he respond. But let's show the whole sequence here. Take a look.
If you're scared, and that'll be okay. But if you're on the field, let's get violent. Let's get physical. Let's go. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. They threw you around on you 220, lifting all the weights. Let's get tough. Let's go get it.
Matt, I can't wait to see Richard Young play for Colorado. I think he's a dude, and I especially think if that O-line keeps bringing that juice, boy, he's going to get a lot of touches in Brandon Marion's go-go offense. Matt, what are your takeaways from all this as Colorado continues spring ball here? And we'll get to Coach Prime's comments last week in a sec as well.
Well, it's good to see that spring ball is hype because they're getting after it. That's good. Everybody seems like they want to be at practice. They got something to play for. You know, I saw Ponder's father get up there at the service and say, you know, everybody else is playing with 11, but we're playing with 12 next year. And that you can tell that there's something igniting, you know, the ignition underneath the team is real and that fire's burning. I love Marion's attitude. I love his challenging of the player. I love the response. It's fantastic. It's what you want to see. You want to challenge the player as a man, and then he responds as a man, and that respect is fucking it's warranted and it's earned, and you can move forward and build off of that. It promotes incredible competition in the room. The fighting shit, I'm dog. I used to fight in practice every fucking day. I fought in practice all the time, and look, I love Chad Brown. I love some of the other guys that are talking about this and like, well, you can't get penalties. And yeah, we don't want penalties. This isn't penalty time, though. This is fuck you time. This is practice and spring ball. And I'm not going to throw my helmet on the ground in a game, and I'm not going to throw punches in a game. But I will throw punches at practice like a motherfucker. Oh, yeah. I'll whip somebody's ass if they step up, and we will get down. And I was known for doing that shit in the NFL, for God's sakes, especially the year that I knew, like, so when I got moved offensive line my second season, my second year after training camp, they asked me if I wanted a job or if I wanted to play defense. And I said a job. They moved me to guard. And I knew the whole year they were paying me as an active roster player, but I was a protected practice squad asset, right? And they were going to send me to Europe in the offseason to get 10 games of experience before coming back to the States and going back into training camp. Right. So I was on practice squad all year, getting paid as an active player, and I would travel with the team and do all the shit that we were doing. But I knew I wasn't going to play because they were just moved me from defense to offense. Bill Callahan's my coach. I'm meeting with him every morning. He's getting me ready to play, blah, 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 right? Okay, so I knew that I was just in a position where I could just develop and get better. But there would be times every week where I was in the defensive line meeting room the year before with Sean Ellis and John Abraham and Dwayne Robinson and all my guys, and we all loved each other, and it's all a big family, and we're the D-line, yeah. And now I can move to offense, and my game day is Wednesday in full pads. So Mangini used to walk by, right? Tannenbaum used to walk by in practice and just be like, Sean Ellis, go get his ass today. And I would just go after him as hard as I could the whole day. And we used to get in fights left and right, bro. At CU, we used to get in epic fucking fights on the field. Yeah, is it kind of stupid? Yeah, it's kind of stupid. You're hitting each other with helmets on and shit. It's kind of dumb. But it's also, it can bring you together too. So I want a nasty, tenacious offensive and defensive line that want to fight each other. My best friend on earth, Sam Wilder, and I probably fought 150,000 times. Like in my head, we've fought 1,000,000 times, but literally on the field, we've fought so many times I can't even remember all of them. It brings you closer together. It also exposes who will fight and who won't. All the fights and all the practices throughout all the time of football, there's not a whole lot of it actually happening on the field. Okay. CU Miami in 93, that was a pretty good brawl. Miami and South Carolina, that was a pretty good brawl. FIU Miami, pretty good brawl. You notice how Miami's involved in every one.
Yeah.
But there's been good brawls, but it doesn't happen routinely, and everyone knows that shit. So stop with the trying to make CU look bad because they're fighting at practice and they're fired up. I'd rather say whoa than sick 'em. I'd rather tell everybody to calm down. I don't need you fighting so much at practice, and you can't throw your fucking helmet, and stop dapping each other up. You got to slap sometimes when you're fighting with helmets on. Go after an ear hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, pull a fucking Justin Bannon on Andre Gerard in 2001 where JB was about to fucking punch him, and then he kicked him in the fucking kneecap and then took off, and Dre was chasing him around and shit. Great fight. One of the epics. We watched Coach Marshall and Coach Buddy Wyatt fight each other one year. Ooh. Yeah, the O and D line coaches fighting each other, and we were like, "Yeah, go up!" Like over there putting stakes on it and shit. Now that we're exaggerating, of course, but I don't have a problem with all this shit. I'd rather tell them not to do it than to do it. If I got to tell you to fight and to get involved and give a little passion and a little aggression out there, we got problems. So I don't think that it's necessary to go on. On the media tours out here with everybody talking shit like this shows poor discipline and they're going to get flagged in games and blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, I get it. But I'd rather have motherfuckers that want to fight and get down than I have to corral and be like, yo, we can't do this kind of shit in the game. But in practice, I'm looking for some motherfuckers that are going to fight because then we can channel all that aggression into actually doing it correctly. So if you're a good player and you'll fight, fuck, we're cooking with gas. Exactly. So after watching last year, especially in the offensive and defensive line, the fronts, how they got worse as the year went on, and we're just getting absolutely shit stomped on both sides of the ball for a lot of the year, in the second half of the year primarily. The 400 yards rushing given up to Utah, the offensive line not being able to block a soul as the season went on. That shit, is that Chauncey?
Yeah, it is Chauncey.
I like that shit. Do I want him to slam his foot on the ground? No. But I'm more focused on the fucking pancake block and the aggression and the hype than just fucking the throwing of the helmet. Let's stop focusing on the fact that he threw a helmet that was coming off anyway because he blocked the shit out of his guy so hard. It was coming off of his head anyway. He just probably grabbed it and took it off, and yeah, he got fired up. Is it a penalty? Yeah. But stop right now. Stop. Look at the ref. Look at this fucking guy. He works at Snarf Sandwiches on the fucking hill. He ain't calling nothing. He's just there to be there. Yeah. So let the refs at the real refs who are also incompetent and blind. This guy could probably do the job. Not trying to talk shit about the student ref who's just there. He didn't think it was a penalty. So good job, ref. Way not to call it. Exactly. Stop focusing on the fact that he threw a helmet and focus on the fact that he fucking drove somebody into the ground and showed some emotion. Good. Thank you. Finally. Fuck. Let's get some goddamn emotion and fire and fucking a little bit of fucking piss and vinegar and go after each other a little bit. All this nice guy bullshit. Oh, they're going to get flagged for They're not going to get flagged in spring ball. Shut the fuck up. Let's find out who actually wants to play on this team. We got a whole bunch of mercenaries again. Let's see if they can play. Let's see who's going to step up. They don't know each other. They're testing each other as well. Acting like, like all these guys talking like they've never been in a fight at practice and shit. Give me a fucking break, dude.
I agree.
This is my opinion. I'm not trying to piss off that side of people that are all Matt talks shit. Like, he told me I couldn't fight at practice. We're 50 years old and shit now, dog. Ain't nobody fighting at practice. I'm just saying it's okay. Let them get down a little bit right now. This is the time to do that shit. You can teach them not to do it, but I don't want to lose the aggressive part. I want that to be amplified. So let's turn the punches into fucking dominating fucking coverage and picks and fucking lighting people up. Let's turn the helmet slam into more deuce fucking heavies. At least they're double teaming somebody. Thank God.
Thank you.
Last time we saw a double team in fucking Boulder, 2020, pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, it's the last time we double teamed somebody in Boulder, Colorado. Fuck me, dude.
I think key word that you said, this is the time to do this. Like, I know shit, you can't do it in the game, you're going to get flagged. But it's the time, man. This is the time where you get after. This is the time where you're constantly going against the same cats. And Cree in the corner, Thomas. I mean, he's been whooping ass in spring ball, man. He's got a bunch of pick sixes. I'm sure he got Hakeem Williams.
Get fucking hot. Let's go.
I love this shit. And then going to Chauncey Gooden here, I mean, this is like O-line porn. Like, this is gorgeous. Like, I love it. Man, he's hyped. The helmet slam. Fuck it. This is the first time I feel like in a long time that Colorado has some juice and energy around the run game. I mean, shit.
They just look like they're happy at practice. They look like they're actually having fun.
Exactly. We get to see
like, what do you want them to do? Double team the guy, score a touchdown, and then I guarantee you, Coach Prime fucking hyped up the situation like, we're goal to go. You got to get in. Defense, you need to stop them. Yeah, whoever wins, run. Whoever wins doesn't have to run. Fuck yeah, let's go. Like, whatever we got to do to get it hyped. Everybody seems pretty hyped. 51 celebrating with his guys. Everybody's pumped up. There's a fucking fight going on in the back. He's talking shit. Let's fucking go. Let's go. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I like that shit. I like that shit a lot. It makes me fucking happy. This is exactly where I fit in, man. This is the kind of shit I want to see. Exactly. Now, do we need to learn from it and not do dumb bullshit that's going to get us beat? Yeah. Do I think the narrative that's like they're the most penalized team in college football? I've heard that like 10 times. No, they're not. No, they're right in the middle. They're average on penalties. Now, again, they're not going to do this kind of shit on the field. Find me an instance where they're the ones being dirty. They're always the ones where people are being dirty to them, Blackburn. True. So they're not going to throw punches and shit. They're not going to get penalized for this kind of shit on the field. This is spring ball, trying to build a team with a bunch of guys that don't know each other, with a coach whose back's against the wall that went fucking 3-9 last year and got pummeled. And everyone's questioning whether or not they can coach. And Coach Prime's coming out and saying this is the best coaching staff he's ever had at CU, which I mean, it's his opinion, bro. I'm not going to sit here and say he's wrong. That's his opinion, but holy shit, really? Like, I hope so. I'm very eager to see where we go with this. And if I like the intensity and the vigor that I'm seeing right now from what they're releasing, and I'm not just going to pile on them because they might get a penalty. Shut up with that soft bullshit right now. Fucking find out who's going to fight, and then we can figure out a way to get that monster pointed in the right direction so they don't make bad mistakes, and then unleash them and say, go fuck people up and see if we can make a goddamn bowl game. Because if they're not minimum 6-6, we got huge problems. And 6-6 is a failure, in my opinion. They need to win 8 or 9 games next year so everybody gets off Prime's ass, myself included, and we can move forward and get more Louis. I'm at the Under Armour All-American camp, right? And Jay Sean Sykes. If you don't know who that is, you're a prime sexual idiot. Jay Sean Sykes is there. Great friend of mine. Love the guy to death. His son is a defensive end. They live in Phoenix. So, we just run by each. I saw my boy Schneider down there. They played for the Niners forever. He used to run VYDL. He's my guy. Saw him. Heward and everybody else, where I talked to Heward for like 20 minutes about all this crazy shit. His son Titus got offered by Arizona State. We were down there. So it was a great weekend seeing everybody and yucking it up with all the ex-players and shit. But even Jay Sean was like, you got a point. He's like, just looked at me. And we weren't even talking about the show. And he goes, where's the Louis? And I was like, that's all I'm saying, dog. I'm just asking. I ain't talking shit. I'm just asking. So I think that's where we need to get back to, and it requires wins to get there, period. So I dig this shit. I hope it continues. I'd love to see them more over the top from a perspective of like getting after it. Not fake enthusiasm, but like actually going after each other with this kind of fucking, like controlled aggression is very good to see. Now, there's mistakes made. Good. Coach off of it. You got the best staff you've ever had. They made mistakes. Take the opportunity to start coaching then.
And indeed, well said, Matt. I think 2 takeaways from this is, well, let's start with them running the damn football. There is more juice and energy around this run game that I've seen in a while. I mean, good Lord. I was so hyped to see yeah, by the way, fucking dude, if you guys
if you don't know who Jay Sean Sykes is, go Google him. Okay, he broke his neck against Kansas in 01 when he was a senior. But his sophomore year, he had 150 tackles or some crazy shit. First team All Big 12, just an absolute monster out of Compton, California, war number 7. Jay Sean was so like, I used to watch him and be like, how the fuck does somebody this big move like this? And senior year, we lost John Minardi, a captain, okay, which was just an absolute stud receiver for us. He didn't play senior year. He got hurt. We lost Jay Sean Sykes, captain, in 01. He was our starting Mike. And Joey Johnson stepped in, and Drew Walrus stepped in, God rest his soul, and Aaron Killian stepped in. We got guys stepped in, right? But you lose those two primarily. You lose Minardi and Jay Sean. Bro, it was devastating. We still won the Big 12. So, like, Jay Sean's one of the best middle linebackers I've ever seen play, and that's just who he is. So go Google him, watch some of those highlights, because that's a bad motherfucker right there. Number seven can bring that shit.
Indeed, that's a fucking dude and a half. What I was saying, basically, two takeaways from this before we move forward. I mean, this is the most hype I've seen around Colorado's run game in a while. I mean, shit, we see this gorgeous play right here. I don't really mind the head slamming. I'll get into my point.
They double teamed someone, Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they did a double team.
It's a miracle. Yeah. It's a fucking miracle, man. Holy shit. Also, Richard Young, I cannot wait to see him run for Colorado, because as you can see, he's straight up running cats over.
This is the kid from Bama.
Yeah, that's the big Alabama transfer running back who I'm like, oh shit, this is a fucking dude right here. The biggest thing is, Matt, you mentioned it's a group of mercenaries. Where was this fight last year, dog? I mean, what time did we sit here and fucking talk about this shit? I mean,
guys came in last year, Bailey. Guys came in last year that were all mercs too, and they were like daps and. We're all here let's just do our jobs. We're all professionals. Let's act like it. But they weren't professionals.
Right.
Like there was a bunch of guys that were just there, and they didn't have any camaraderie, and Coach Prime was sick, and the coaches that were there didn't do a good job of honing it. They just were kind of there. They were just hanging out. So this is Coach Prime's at the tip of the spear. He loves this shit. He used to talk about how this is the kind of practices he wants. He wants them chippy and at each other's necks. That man-to-man, that's what builds your team. There's a difference between dirty and chippy. This is chippy in practice shit. This is not dirty. You're not going after people's knees and like hitting them in the backs and shit. This is just getting after each other. This is nasty Savage era football. So I dig it, dog. And I think this kid from Bama could have a huge year. They got to keep building on this, though. The fact that I feel good about this right now does not mean they're just going to magically turn shit around and win 9 games. They have so much shit that they have to fix and do consistently at a high level. Their schedule, the more I talk to people and everybody I talk to about this, their schedule at the beginning of the year is fucking ruthless, bro.
Oh, God.
Like, it is a gauntlet. And I know they got to play us too, but God damn, they got some hard games at the beginning of the year.
Northwestern, Weber State, which they should blow out Weber State, but those two non-conference other ones are that's going to be a tough task for sure.
They should whip Weber State's ass, and they will. They'll beat the shit out of Weber State, but at Georgia Tech in Atlanta to open the season, if it's a 2:30 game, it's going to be 110 degrees.
Oh, it's going to be
and
hot.
If it's a night game, that place is going to be rocking like a motherfucker. So that's good. And, again, what you're going to get from Georgia Tech. So that's another reason why I like seeing what I'm seeing, because Georgia Tech is going to line up and try and pummel the fuck out of us. They're going to try and line up and put 300 yards rushing on us. How many did they put on us last year? I mean, Hayes King had 100 on us alone.
I think they had well over 300. It's over 300.
300 yards, yeah. And then at the end of the game, Hayes King broke, a 70-yarder, 60-yarder, or something like that to win the game. So they're going to try and do the same exact thing. It's guaranteed. Same exact thing. They're coming off a really good season, but they are replacing a ton of guys. But they've got some kid named Mendoza coming in to play quarterback, so maybe they can light that fire. And then you come home, play Weber. That puts you at we'll see what happens in Georgia Tech, but at least gives you that's a guaranteed win in my opinion. And then you go open up the building with Northwestern. They're opening a stadium with us. That's the Gary Barnett Bowl.
Yeah,
that's going to be a tough game too. That's winnable. Both games are winnable, but very tough. And then you have to go to Waco. That's not going to be a fucking walk in the park at all.
Yeah.
Bro, it's going to be so goddamn hot. I played down there in August, September, October, right? November, yeah. So September in Waco is miserable hot. Terrible.
Yeah.
So and the last time we played them, it took a miracle to beat them. That was the Wester Shador rollout fucking prayer that was answered. That was an incredible game, by the way.
That was unbelievable.
And then after that, you got to go Texas Tech, right? Texas Tech by Utah, or maybe it's flipped. But you've got both those games are in Boulder, right? And that that's tough shit, bro. Like I know they're home games, but god damn, Utah and Tech back to back with a bye week in between. That's some pretty tough sledding right there. That's a hard start.
Yeah, so you're at Baylor, host Tech, host Utah, at Oklahoma State and Eric Morris, host K-State, at ASU down here in Tempe, host Houston, at Cincinnati, host UCF. Whew.
Yeah, those first five is rough, bro. And then after that, the second, that second grouping of 6 games, you got fucking Kansas State at home. If any, it's set up for CU again to have success with their hardest games at home in conference, but goddamn, they're still Tech, Utah, K-State, like 3 out of 4. And then you got an Oklahoma State team in Stillwater that just brought in an entire team from North Texas that the quarterback was throwing for fucking 9 million yards. And like they're not going to just stay shitty. Gundy's gone. So, yeah, man, they got to play us too. But goddamn, this is going to be a tough one. We got a lot of work to do.
And we'll continue breaking it down this offseason here, Matt. But when we come back, we got a lot of NFL college.
I'm not hating, folks. We're just talking about the schedule. God, man.
I'm ban this cat, man.
Yeah, I banned his ass already. I'm done with these people.
Yeah, fucking Christ. Nobody's hating. I don't know where you took away our first 30 minutes of hating. Matt, when we come back, the Dolphins cut Tua Tagovailoa as he's expected to end up as an Atlanta Falcons, or the Falcons are pursuing him. I'm assuming in a backup role to Penix. We got a lot more to discuss. Rashawn Gary goes to the Cowboys. Kenneth Walker
lefties on the same team.
That's what it looks like. I guess it makes sense in Stefanski's offense. Malik Willis goes to the Dolphins after Dolphins cut Tua. Kenneth Walker, star Seahawks running back, goes to the Chiefs. And boy, oh boy, do we have more rumors, more NFL news, rumors, including that the Jets may be interested in Geno Smith. Can't wait to get Matt's reaction to that here in a second. So if you guys are watching, go ahead and pound the like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family today. We appreciate you all watching. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 60 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to. All right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 60 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 60 on Cameo at 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy. And we're back. What are we talking about?
We got a lot to talk about here, Matt. So if you guys are watching, go ahead and pound that like button, subscribe, and become a member of the Dungeon family here at 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage, brought to you by the Believe Network and FanDuel. Matt, I wanted to take a moment and just highlight some of your guys' 60 Academy products making plays. I gotta show this video. So, I produced Sean Salisbury, who covers USC, obviously played at USC. He highlighted Brett Cool J today, who's been making plays. I think he's got a shot to start for SC. He definitely
he's starting for us. Like, I don't know this, but I would guess that center or guard is going to be locked down for the next 3 to 4 years before he goes first round by Mr. Brett Cool J. And Jackson Roper was there this weekend, too, watching. I'm going to tell you a story right after you get done talking about Sal.
So, Matt, Jackson Roper was down there as well. I'll show that in a sec. But Breck, actually, hold on. Here's Jackson Roper down there visiting with Brett Cool J. I think Jackson's a dude, and wherever he ends up, they're getting a fucking dude for sure. Speaking of Brett Cool J, though, down at SC, they're going through spring ball here. Just started their padded practices today, and they're going through some one-on-ones, and they showcase Brett here, Matt. And take a look at this. I love seeing shit like this. I mean, as a former O-line, I love this shit. Matt, I know, loves this as well. And, I think certainly one of the left guard, right guard spot, as we saw Breck there, is certainly, I think he's on the left side there, but certainly locked up, to say the least, for Breck, because I think he's a freaking dude. And, it's good seeing him making plays in SC spring ball. It's good seeing SC have some help in the trenches, because I think it's going to be a big part of their success or failure this season. Matt, what do you got to say about Breck balling out here at SC spring ball?
This is exactly what I expected from him. He's a goddamn animal. So I just sent him a text like, God damn, bro, you're killing it already. And 1% better every day, coach. So he's just a worker, dog. And this is what happens with workers. They just continue to get better, especially when you're gifted with talent and the aggression mentally. This kid mentally is different. He's different. Like, he's my kind of fucking guy. Him and I think so similar on the field, it's fucking scary. So I told him when he was young, it's okay to unleash who you really are, and he really bought into it and believed me. Goddamn animal. first-round draft pick in the future, absolute stud of a player from Colorado. Another one of these Colorado kids that, goddamn, bro, we sure would look good in black and gold. But, you know, Roper's out there. They really picked up their recruiting on him. They got in late on Breck, too. And, SC does a really good job of evaluating the room. You know, Coach Riley is obviously, at the top of his game from a recruiting perspective. That class is elite and deep. The entire class is just balling the fuck out. They're going to have a ton of young talent on the field this year. Mark Bowman, the tight end, is, one of Breck's best friends. He's a goddamn animal. First round draft pick in the future as well. But you just look all over the team, and they're young, and I like Mayava, the quarterback. I think they got a real chance to be a really good football team next year. So, it just goes to show you how much talent is in the room, how much talent is in the state, how much talent is at 6-0. They got in late with Breck last year. They're getting a little late with Jackson, but they're putting in the work recruiting-wise, and they really like him, and he loves the place because he goes to practice, right? And him and his pops, Andrew, who played at Utah State, before they come out to Phoenix, right? So on Saturday, they're watching practice, and they're standing in the end zone where they're doing run block drills, and they're doing reach block one-on-ones. And Breck reach blocks this, junior, older defensive lineman that's a starter. And he reach blocks him and drives him 12 yards and dumps him right in front of Roper. And it's just giving it to the fucking dude, yeah, motherfucker, what? They get in skirmish and shit. And Breck runs by Roper. He's like, yeah, Jackson, what the fuck? And he's pushing him around and shit. And Jackson's in the middle of it, but he's watching. And you can't. That's Dungeon Family shit right there. It gives me goosebumps and fucking makes me emotional thinking about it. That's why we work the way we work. That's the community we have inside my motherfucking room. I have an army of dudes behind me that love each other and work hard and fucking bust ass together, and they are constantly grinding and they give each other love. Everybody else is hating on us, right? Colorado kids can't play in our own state. They fake recruit us. They don't want it. They do it to appease us. They don't really think you can play. And then you go out and prove the entire world wrong consistently, constantly, and you just put pelts on the wall and it still continues. And I'm not talking about CU in general. I'm talking about everywhere. Mm-hmm. This Iowa State, and it's a bunch of fucking softies and yada, yada, yada. I'm sorry, but that's a lot of people in Colorado, but not the ones at 6-0 Academy. Not my motherfuckers, not the Dungeon Family. So this is just another example of dominance, and it entices everybody else in the room to chase that. The other offensive lineman in the room, that's the motherfucking standard. That is the standard. To be the best, to be the most physical, to be the most violent, to take the will of another motherfucking human being, to make people in the stands question, well, is that legal? That guy's kind of dirty. Fucking right. Fucking right. Don't let your kid come out here and think that this is some fuck around because we'll cripple his ass quick. Sorry.
Right. No, I love it. I love the passion. They're speaking from the heart there. And I love seeing Breck get after it. I mean, just from speaking to him, and, he's been on the show several times and stuff. Good kid. His head's in the right space. And boy, oh boy, does he have every physical and intangible tool at his disposal. And we're already seeing it in SC spring ball here, where it's March 9th. I'm pretty hyped to see this. It's good seeing Roper down there and stuff. He just came down to his top 10 here, so we'll see where he ends up. But I think he's going to go to a good home, and then we're going to start seeing shit like we saw from Breck with Roper, and I can't wait to see that as well, Matt. But shout out to your guys over at 6-0 Academy. Also, wanted to highlight your trip from this weekend here. You came down to Phoenix, got to see ASU with your son Nick and stuff like that. Kind of talk about that, your experience a little bit before we talk about some NFL free agent news.
Big boy clocked in at 6'2", 280. Ooh. Yeah, looked good, feeling good. We had a big group down there. That's a great picture in front of the Tillman wall. That shirt he's wearing right there, I know it's corny and shit. People don't get it, but I'm a big tradition guy. That's one of the shirts that Sam Jones had in his locker 10 years ago when he played. It's one of their pregame shirts.
Oh, really?
And on the back of it says Tillman, and it's like a salute to service. It's really, you're not just going to go buy that at the bookstore, right? That's a pretty hard piece of memorabilia to get. Even the coaches were like, damn, where'd you get that shirt? That's dope. We don't even have that shit. So that for number one, that's fucking dope. But this is was a great opportunity for him to go, you know, they laid the red carpet out for us, bro. And Brian McGinnis, who's, you know, the right hand of Kenny Dillingham down there, he was in Boulder for a really long time and is just a great man and, just an unbelievable coach and did a great job, again, accommodating everybody and doing things correctly. Mike Bundy, my dog.
Oh, shit. Shout out to Mike Bundy.
Let's fucking
$100
go, Mike.
donation. Nick needs new shoes. Yes,
Mike
he does.
Bundy's
Shout out
on
to
one.
Mike Bundy.
Goddamn right, Mike. That's true Dungeon Family shit right there. The rest of y'all, pick your game up. Mike's out here fucking balling.
That's right.
Goddamn, crossover for free. But yeah, the opportunity was incredible. I'm watching Nick just grow in front of me. Like I'm just, as his father, I'm amazed and so proud of him and everything he's doing. He got beat inside a couple of times. I know he's pissed about it, and I'm up there talking shit, and then he would respond and win a rep. And it was really great to see everybody compete the way they did at the event. But Arizona State was dope as fuck. And if you go, I don't know if you have any other pictures, but that one right there is pretty special, and pretty happy for my fucking guy, man. He's really balling. So great weekend.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And look, that 28 group, Caden Meyer, the big fucking guard center at Windsor, 15 years old, 6'4", 300 pounds. Okay, baller. Davis Moon, 6'2", 310 pounds at Valor, baller. I don't know if Davis lost a rep. He was balling the fuck out. I was kind of shocked that he didn't make the final five, honestly. That Nick, 6'2", 280, fucking probably going to either guard or center, but I think he's the best center in the state of Colorado. That's not even close.
Ooh, yeah.
Mike Leach, 28. Okay, he wasn't at this camp. He's at the one in Salt Lake City, but 6'6", 300-pound tackle at Chatfield, another 28 kid. And there's just the 28 group is like an entire offensive line on their own. So I'm super excited about this young group. And the group after him with Waylon Day and Big Devin West, and you got Ashton Noyes, he's how did I forget him? So on the 28s, you got 6'7", 320-pound Ashton Noyes at Creek, who's got a lot of growing up to do, but is doing the work. Like there's other guys that came in that were his size that had natural ability that didn't last a week and were just absolute turds, and I knew they would quit. And I didn't know if Ashton would make it, and he's made it, and he's gotten better, and he's really put on some weight. He looks really good. And I think he's going to – all these kids were ranked in the top 10 when they put out that list that we talked about. Okay, I didn't really agree with the way it was set. Elijah Cromwell's the number one player in the state, and that's not even close in the 28 class. He was just at the opening event in Tampa this week and balled the fuck out again. They had him 8th on the list. I don't really agree with the list, like the outline of it and where they're slotted, but those are the top 10 players. That's for damn sure. But when you look at it, you take Ashton, 6'7", 310, whatever he is, put him at left tackle. You take fucking Caden Myers, okay, 6'4", 300, put him at left guard. Nick, 6'2", 280, and growing like 285 by the time season starts at center. Big Davis, 6'2", 300 pounds at guard. And then Big Mike, 6'6", 300 pounds at right tackle. And they're all 28s. And you don't want any of these kids to see you?
Oh, my God. You got a whole starting line right there, dog.
Exactly. It's an entire starting 5 of 28 fucking badass maulers, and you don't want any of them. And then the year after that is Waylon Day, who just started every game as a freshman for Grandview, who's 6'4", 300. And Devin West, who's going to be a freshman at Fairview, who's a goddamn freak monster at 6'7", 300 pounds, and works out with the older guys. He's fucking 13 years old and shit, wears a size 19 shoe. You got Tate Pierce, who also goes to Fairview, whose dad is Morgan Pierce, who's a firefighter but played at CSU, big 6'7", 300-pound meathead guard. And his uncle, Eric Pierce, played for fucking 13 years in the goddamn league. Tate's going to be a starting center guard at Fairview next year for that group. The Colton Ott kid is at Fairview. He did a really good job at the camp. I wish that kid would come back to the gym and actually put in the work. He's another 28. That's 6. And we're not even talking about the 3 tight ends, the Caleb Camping kid that they're not really recruiting, the Jackson Post kid who just got North Dakota State and tore up the camp. His dad played at SMU. He's one of my guys. He's going to have multiple offers. Brody Wright at Ponderosa, another big, rangy 6'4" tight end that can run, ran a 4.740 at the Under Armour event.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, so there's Nico, the Cherokee Trail linebacker who's projected at safety, nickel, that can blitz like a motherfucker and pass rush. And you look at him and you're like, whatever. He's a little small. And then you watch him play and you're like, we got to find a spot for this kid. It reminds me of like a Bob Sanders type. Bob was only 5'8". You got to find a spot for him, though. He's the best player on the field. He got offered by Pitt. Wyoming's about to offer him. Like, Pitt just called me out of nowhere. Like, we really like this kid. We're going to offer him. And I'm like, it was unsolicited, too. I didn't even call them. So there's so much talent, and all of them were down at the event at Arizona State, and all of them balled out on Sunday. And yeah, I kind of know a lot about the state and the players and everyone, what they're doing and who they work with and how they work and their work ethic. And Elijah doesn't work with me, but his dad, Carlos, is a great friend, and they do a great job at Creek of promoting this kid and getting him right. He just got Notre Dame the other day. He's got Miami. Good. Like, that's the kind of kid you can't let leave Colorado. He's going to be the number one running back in the country when he's a senior, and he's a 28. He's got 2 more years. Do not let Elijah Cromwell fucking leave.
Oh, he can't leave the state.
They could have put in great work with his brother this year. Seth Cromwell, his big brother, is a fullback, tailback that went to James Madison. He transfer portal this last season to James Madison. You think maybe CU could have brought him in and let him get some carries and play special teams and built a relationship to get Elijah? But you have to know about it in order to take advantage of it. You feel me? You can't build walls. You got to build bridges. That's the way recruiting works. So again, there's so much opportunity. Hopefully they take advantage of it, because, this next group coming up, I don't know how many of the offensive and defensive linemen they're getting out of Colorado this next cycle. And then the 28s are seniors. So fuck.
Yeah, time is moving here, and best of luck to them. Yeah, Cromwell, we've shown some of his highlights on the show. That kid can really play. I think it would be a mistake letting him lead the state any means here. I'm talking for all Colorado schools.
Yeah, mistake to let any of those kids leave, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
They should be on them first. They should be offering them first. They should all be at a personal junior day. Priority. They should be doing personal Colorado camps, but they don't. The head man doesn't think anybody in Colorado can play. I've heard it from 9 million different coaches, on top of all the players who don't think that have heard it. He's openly said, like, he wants kids from Florida and the South. That's where he's from. That's where the dogs are from. And there's a bunch of cats out here on the West Coast. And none of the kids from California can play, and none of the kids from Colorado can play. You're either from Texas or the South, or you ain't shit. And that's just the way it is, and that's too bad. I think that's really too bad, because the mixture of everyone is what has made Colorado great back in the day. Cordell Stewart's from fucking New Orleans, but Rashawn Salam came from an 8-man team in San Diego. You feel me? So, like, Victor Rogers is from Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brandon Drum's from Alaska. Marwan Hage and his brother Rudy were from Lebanon, for God's sakes, and then immigrated to Canada. They're Canadians and shit. So, like, you got to turn some fucking rocks over. Chris Brown was a linebacker at Northwestern before they transferred him into CU and moved him to tailback. 6 touchdown Chris Brown. Dude. So, again, it's not so much like just looking at a list and saying we're just going to recruit these guys because they're from this place. You got to go find dudes, bro. Turn over a rock or two.
Especially in your backyard, Matt, and also especially when you struggled mightily on the defense line, offensive line. I think you use a linebacker or two, which I think is pretty. They're not hard to find in that state. So,
and then like people are firing back, like Prime never said that. Shut up, bro. How many times have we talked about this?
Oh come on, it is way too. I'm not getting into that. It's way too.
It's well known. Last year they had so many good players in the state. They didn't recruit any of them.
They're not making it a priority. Like, that's the biggest point, is they're not making these guys.
Oh man, stop! I'm not trying to eat
dudes a priority.
Everybody that I work with gets presented to them first. When Jackson Roper walked into my facility with no offers and no stars, I presented him first. I said, "This kid's gonna blow up. Offer him first now, and make sure that he's priority." And they didn't offer him until I'm 18. 18 offers deep. They didn't offer Matt Russell's son Reese, whose legacy Matt won the buckets at CU until 13th. He got presented to them first, and honestly, I shouldn't have to present him. So
just because they should.
I'm not trying to hate just because it offends you, because I want them to stop ignoring their own backyard, and it offends them too. Because every time I bring it up, somebody clips something and sends it to a coach, and everybody gets mad at Matt because I actually think the kids here can play and they can help us win. And I think that it's right in your backyard and it should be really easy. And for some reason, we make that the hard part. And I don't get it, but I guess it makes me the bad guy for bringing it up. And that's the other thing I don't understand either. People are so soft that they can't even have the conversation. It's not even, I guess it's a really, really, really hard conversation to have for some reason. So, but we'll move off of it. Everyone knows how I feel about this. We could talk about it all day.
Yeah, at the bottom line is they haven't made it a priority. You guys say what you want in the chat.
Just think about all the legacy guys, right?
From the state of Colorado, they have not made that a priority.
Not even a fucking little bit. Just think all the legacy guys we talked about last year. There's 8 of them on that list. I can't even remember them all, but there's a ton of guys.
None of them are at CU.
None of them went to CU.
No. Let's move forward, Matt. We got a lot to discuss here. If you guys are watching, kind of like when Matt, I'm just going to read you a bunch of different NFL moves here. We'll go one at a time, kind of rapid fire here. So I don't even know if you've seen some of these, but Mike Evans is a 49er. Mike Evans signs with the San Francisco 49ers, I believe a 3-year deal. But what I've heard rumor is that they are struggling to come to a deal with Trent Williams, which to me is more concerning because I don't care if they get Mike Evans. If they ain't got Trent Williams, that team is a completely different team. Matt, what are your thoughts?
Sorry. I think Mike Evans is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's a stud. I was watching a Colin Cowher clip where the co-host guy for Colin Cowher was like, he's not even going to sniff a Super Bowl ever in Tampa. And I'm like, he won a Super Bowl in Tampa. What are you talking about? That's but that shows you the type of people that are on TV. Mm-hmm. Obviously his uncle is a producer or some shit. Otherwise, how is this fucking clown on the show with saying something like that? I think Mike Evans is a stud. I think this is a huge loss for Tampa Bay, but probably time to move on. They went and drafted a receiver in the first round last year for a reason. I don't know if they're going to bring back Godwin or not, but it seems like they should at this point. This is one of the things about free agency that sucks, is thinking a guy is never going to leave and we can kind of get him to play ball with us because he's been here forever. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to hardline this and I want as much money as possible. It's my last contract and I want to win. And I think San Francisco really made out here. So Purdy and him need to get on the same page, ASAP. And Kyle Shanahan needs to make sure that they Rod Smith this shit. Like Mike Shanahan with Elway and Rod Smith, let's go after, make him the primary ball catcher and make everything run through him and make Kittle the secondary guy rather than the other way around. And they'll both go the fuck off and San Francisco will have a huge year. So this is a great move.
I think it's a great move. He's going to be priority. Who else they got at receiver? Brandon Ayuk ain't even playing for them no more. John Lynch already came out and said he's not going to be a 49er. I don't know where he's going to end up. They got Pearsall out there. I don't know if they re-signed Juwan Jennings or not, but it sounded like he was leaving. So I think there are going to be plenty of targets coming Mike Evans' way in San Fran. What do you think of them possibly getting rid of or just letting Trent Williams go? He's got 1 year left on his deal, but they can't come to a contract extension agreement. So it sounds like he may be on the move trade-wise.
What do you want for him? If you're a good team in the NFL and you are this close, what do you want? If I'm the Eagles, what do you want? If I'm the Patriots, what do you want? I'm not going to a team that's rebuilding to go 8-8 if I'm Trent Williams. So cut the tackle that's on the team or trade him to San Francisco. But Trent Williams coming in changes the dynamic of damn near every team in the NFL, if not every team. So even if I'm the Broncos and they have a great offensive line, we got to make it work. I don't know where you put him. You can't just move Bowles, but can you? That's Trent Williams, for God's sake. So yeah, I don't know a team that wouldn't want this guy.
Yeah, He could really be a game changer. I mean, dude, I think the Niners are going to be I get the Mike Evans get, but that's a huge loss. Like, I mean,
It's huge.
I think it changes their structure completely, and I don't know. I don't look at them the same if they ain't got Trent Williams personally.
Look, Trent Williams is another first ballot Hall of Famer type player, so anybody that gets him is getting an absolute stud.
Mike Bundy, I love that. The Texans,
Texans,
boy.
Boy, that you're telling me. And he knows D'Amico. That's a good call, Mike.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a really good call, Mike Bundy. We'll be sure and stay and watch that. Matt, you got a super chat question here before we move forward from Jay. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. JEIDH, bunch of the letters. He says, Matt, shout out for the donation, by the way. We appreciate you. He says, Matt, Brendan Marion says he wants to build a wall around the talent in Colorado. Do you trust and believe him? I do. It's just I got to see
believe him. I need to thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody says that. But Prime doesn't say that, but everyone else has said that. So we'll see. Show me. I know where there's a bunch of really great players that you have a ton of access to. I know where they're at. So you pick up the phone. But I'm mean, and I said something mean about Neely, so that we should probably not recruit the Colorado kids because of that.
Right. Unbelievable.
That Matt guy's mean, super mean. He's so mean. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, let's just move forward. We're going to get on a tangent if we start this. Matt, the Raiders ended up getting Tyler Linderbaum from the Ravens, and they made him the highest paid, I believe, first off, center, but I think highest paid interior offensive lineman in NFL history, if I'm not mistaken. 3 years, $81 million, $60 million guaranteed. What kind of get is this for the Raiders?
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, their offensive line was it the worst offensive line ever?
Yeah, they are certainly struggling.
Being coached by Pete Carroll's son, who's maybe the worst offensive line coach ever.
I've heard a lot of stories about
terrible. This guy couldn't fucking play dead in the cowboy movie, bro. He was awful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I dig this move. Now go find 4 more guys. Trent Williams sure would look good in black and silver. Go get him at left tackle, and then you might actually be cooking with something. But I doubt he wants to be part of a team that's on this much of a sharp rebuild.
Yeah, it's true. I think Trent wants to go win immediately. I mean, like Mike Bundy said, I like that Houston call. I would watch possibly the Chiefs if I had a dark horse.
Oh, fuck me. Please don't let that happen.
Yeah, well, speaking of the goddamn Chiefs, and
if the Chiefs get Walker and Williams, like that, if the Chiefs get Trent Williams and they can not worry about the left tackle position anymore and he can finish his career there for 3 years, they're probably going to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree, and I can't argue with that there. I'm not a big Chiefs guy at all. And speaking of the Chiefs,
bro, that almost makes more sense than any other place. That is where Trent Williams is going to end up.
Yeah, goddamn.
Son of a bitch,
don't
man.
let that shit happen, man.
Ruining my day.
And then fucking Seattle just let Walker go, and he goes to the Chiefs. So they basically gave the fucking Chiefs Walker, and I think people are talking about this is a huge loss for Seattle, bro. Charbonnet's
but you got everything
Walker's
out of
him. Who you gonna run the ball with?
Charbonnet's going to be fine. He'll come back healthy. They'll pick up a running back in the first or second round. It's not like he took all the carries this year. He was a halfway back, just like Charbonnet was. Charbonnet goes down and he gets all the work in the playoffs, and you rode him till the fucking wheels came off and he leaves. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Are you losing a great player? Yes. Do you want to keep the Super Bowl MVP on your team? Yes. Is it worth 4 years, $50 million? No, because he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna go this way. He'll play 2 years fine, and then the year 3 he'll probably fall off, or maybe he'll ball out for all 4 years. I don't know, but they can replace a back. They can, and they will. They're good. They can replace Marshawn Lynch. They can replace Walker.
That's true. Can't argue with that there. I think they're going to have to replace her because I think the only running back on the roster. I mean, Charbonnet's coming back, but he got hit. He got a tough injury really late in the year. So we'll see when he comes back. They got I think Velus Jones played receiver at Tennessee, moved to running back in the league. They got him on the roster, some other guys, so they definitely need to draft a running back in the early rounds. But I think it's a great get for the Chiefs. I mean, shoot, that takes a ton of pressure off Mahomes. They haven't really had to do that running back like this since what? Jamal Charles? Like, I mean, shit, this is a fucking dude at running back. Yeah.
I mean, look, I thought Hunt was pretty good at times. I thought that Pacheco was pretty good at times, but not dominant. Like, they didn't have a Larry Johnson back there and shit. So, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this works out.
Indeed.
But go get Trent Williams, and then they're scary. They get Trent Williams, and I'm officially freaked out.
Yeah, then we'll definitely be talking more Chiefs again. Matt, let's stick in the NFL here. So the Dolphins cut Tua Tagovailoa this morning. Boy, oh boy, are they eating. Let me get you the exact details on this, because boy, oh boy, they eat up a lot of cap in this deal. So he's guaranteed $54 million from the Dolphins in 26. A team can get him for the veterans minimum of $1.3 million. I think they're taking on, I want to say on the top of my head, it's like $147 million in dead cap.
Good God.
Yeah, I mean they're paying a tall price for Tua, and the Falcons are reportedly expected to pursue Tua. So Michael Penix has come back from a torn ACL, but he's trying to be back for the start of the season. So I'm guessing this is in a backup role. But if he needs to play, he'll be ready. You said what?
Double lefties, bro.
Yeah, 2 lefty quarterbacks on one roster. It's not on my bingo card, to say the least. And in replacing it, the Dolphins, led by a new head coach, Jeff Hafley, coming over from Packers defensive coordinator job and previously Boston College, they get Malik Willis in quarterback, 3 years, $67 million, I think $45 million guaranteed.
How much?
I think 3 years, $67 million.
Jesus, from Malik Willis?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's many said the top quarterback in this free agent cycle.
Oh boy. Okay, so let's unpack all this. You got double lefties in Atlanta. Tua's cooked. I don't think he likes football. I think he just likes money, and that's cool. They're throwing it around. Malik Willis, he's not the answer wherever he goes. He's just the next guy that they're going to blame shit on after a year. If he makes it, this situation is so, the quarterback carousel is almost as ridiculous as the coaching carousel. Like, I just don't understand how everybody can look at it and be like, look at the fix that we've got now with Malik Willis. He's going to come in and fix all the problems.
Right.
And Carson Wentz is going to go to the Jets and fix all the problems. And the Jets are also going to fucking get Joe Namath to come out there in a goddamn mink coat and make out with Michelle Tafoya and then run out there and throw 4 fucking touchdowns. And we're just going to have guys fucking coming out of nowhere to help our teams. We can call Phillip Rivers again if we get in the
right.
Just it's almost comical at this point. Like, so I don't know what's going to happen here, bro. Last year, if you would have told me at this time that Sam Darnold was going to go on a fucking heater and win the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, I would have told you were high as fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, you are so cracked out right now. What are you talking about? And then bam, a year later, it's happening. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do with all this information, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of shit going on. That's for sure.
We ain't even done yet. I will say on this move, I don't know how big of a fan I am of this. We'll see with the Dolphins. I think it's going to be I think it's a rough season for them personally, but we'll see. I mean, I like Malik Willis. I thought
they're playing for the number 1 pick. Come on.
Yeah.
They're going to try. They're going to suck for Arch.
Yeah, boy, somebody is. I thought he was going to end up a Cardinal, but he is a Dolphin instead. Now, speaking of Dolphins, your Jets, actually. So the Dolphins sent Minka Fitzpatrick to the Jets in exchange for a 7th-round pick. That's it. And then they signed him to a 3-year, $40 million deal, which I think is a great get for the New York Jets.
Yeah, this is a good
Patrick's
move.
A fucking dude. Matt, what do you take away from this before we talk about Jets quarterback situation?
Good move. I'm with this. This is the kind of shit I'm looking forward to. Like, this is a good player for a 7th-round draft pick. I'm into that. You sign him to a 3-year deal. It's probably his last deal in the NFL. If it's not, that means he's overexceeded expectations and did a really good job for you. I'm excited about this. Now, It may not fucking matter because they have so many other holes that this could go, undervalued from a perspective of like impact. But this is a really good move from a player who plays hard, who gives a shit, who's opportunistic, is a walking turnover machine. Like he'll give you a bunch of turnovers on the year if you give him the opportunity to go out there and lead. And they're desperately in the market for leadership and playmaking in the defensive secondary. Remember, this team had 0 interceptions last year. Fucking 0. Bro, they had
more last season than the Jets did. I think Minka had a pick or 2. The Jets had zilch.
They didn't have any fucking picks the entire fucking season. The entire season. You know how terrible that is? That's terrible. And your head coach is a goddamn defensive back, and you don't have a pick? That's because this motherfucker's asleep on the job. We've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it. He's in there like that. We're going to do the show later. Are you ready?
Yeah, you're going to be fucking nodding off. He hears his name on the TV. He's like,
exactly,
shit.
Dude. What are we talking about?
Speaking of your Jets, they got a quarterback dilemma here because I don't think they're going to be. Oh, boy, I can't wait to talk about this. So, Matt, who would you rather have a quarterback? Let me just ask you it this way. Would you rather have Kyler Murray coming over from the Cardinals? Would you rather have fucking Kirk Cousins coming from the Falcons? Or who seems like this is from Zach Blatt, athletic writer, who seems like the early favorite, Geno Smith. Who would you rather have at quarterback for your New York Jets in 2026?
Oh my God, that's my options. Kyler or Kirk, or who's the other one?
Geno Smith, Kirk
Oh,
Cousins.
no, fuck him. I definitely don't want Geno Smith. No Geno Smith. Oh God Almighty, this is so terrible. I both of them. I want both of them come in. Whoever wins the job stays on the team. The other guy gets cut. There you go.
Yikes! I mean, shoot.
Yikes is right. We're fucked.
Fuck, dude. I mean, you guys are running out of options here. Malik Willis is gone. Zach Rosenblatt says that Geno is the most, feels like the early favorite. Who knows with the Jets? That's a team that I think is going to be like at the top for Arch Manning, personally. I mean, I don't know, even more than the Dolphins. I think the Jets are going to really struggle here. I don't know. This is
do you?
The writing's on the wall, bro.
What gave it away, bro? What? No way. The Jets are going to fucking struggle again? Wow, that's incredibly gifted commentary. You're a fucking artist, man. You an artist. I've never seen – that's incredible commentary. Holy shit, you an artist.
I mean, shoot. There's – oh, God. Of all the teams that we're talking about that are struggling and rebuilding, there's always something coming out of New York that's just – it's negative.
Shitty.
It's not – it's a red flag. Like, it's not
not
good.
even negative. It's just what it is. They're like – they totally got away from like tragedy happens in New York today is the Jets lose their 9th straight. They're just like – another losing season for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Spring training.
Yeah, exactly. Onto the fucking Mets or some shit. Yeah, we'll stay closely monitored to the Jets quarterback situation because, boy, oh boy, I can't wait to talk Jets every week if Geno Smith becomes a quarterback or even Kyler Murray. That's going to be interesting. I think Kirk Cousins, I think, goes somewhere and plays and figures it out. I think he's got a little bit of life left in the tank.
Well, what about Kyler?
Oh, God. I mean, his only success was with Cliff Kingsbury. So,
who the fuck was that turd on their team, bro?
Oh, dude. Oh, Lord. I'm hearing that he may end up a Minnesota Viking.
You know, that's probably the best fit for him, honestly. Where he doesn't have to uplift the team because he's not doing that shit.
Right.
But let's see how he does with like good players because they got some talent. The receivers, they can get it.
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin O'Connell, an ex-quarterback that he is, where'd Kevin O'Connell play college football go?
Oh, God, where did he play? You're testing me.
I'm
not looking it up, bro. I'm trying to remember what's on my head. I can't remember.
Looking it up. Come on. Anybody else?
I'm blanking, man.
We'll figure it out. But
Kevin
O'Connell No, I know. Kevin O'Connell, like bringing in Kyler Murray, that makes sense. And I think that could be a very,
I did not know that.
a very productive opportunity for Murray to resurrect his career and the Vikings to be able to have somebody to go in there and fucking thread the ball. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but shit. Kyler Murray in Minnesota sounds like a better fit than the other guys in Minnesota.
This might seem like a joke, but the Oakland Athletics owner came out and talked about it and said they would love to have Kyler Murray back in the MLB. I mean, Kyler was like a top 10 baseball pick. Like, he was a dude in baseball too. Not to mention he was undefeated in Texas high school state football. I mean,
what was he like a shortstop?
God, I have no idea. I don't know his position. Let's see. I mean, shit. He's an outfielder, center fielder.
Center fielder, okay. Yeah, I guarantee he's got a huge arm.
Oh yeah, we know that.
So he'll cover. He can cover fucking mad ground out there in the outfield too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit. I mean, if I'm Kyler Murray, I definitely would look at that. Why wouldn't you look at that?
It seems like a joke, bro. That's a real. We were live last week. We were going to talk about that. That's I'm not gonna say it's out of the question.
He got paid out of the ass in football. It didn't really work. He can always come back after he plays baseball for a while and be like, "Hey, I'm fully healthy and I want to give football another shot and go play quarterback for 3 more years." They're not going to say no.
That's true.
No way they're going to say no to it. So
he definitely.
Yeah, man. I if I'm Kyler Murray, I know I can't believe I'm saying all this because he's super turd, but I would take advantage of the fact that like he has leverage as a turd right now. He's got turd leverage. You know how hard it is to have turd leverage? Well, no one as a turd, it's impossible to have leverage the majority of the time, right?
That's fair.
Like if you're a turd, you have no leverage. Like you're just a turd. Like you're lucky to be here. So the fact that the turd has so much leverage in this situation is incredible to me.
Just they better sign him and not let him play any Call of Duty because I don't know. There's probably a new one coming out this season, and it might distract him from watching game film. Matt, final thing.
That's gonna get really tough.
Any comments to CJ Kane? He says Kyler would look at home on 100+ a lost Rockies roster.
The Rockies still have a baseball team?
It's like the Mariners, man. Shit. They've been shitty my whole life. And then now all of a sudden.
The Mariners just made the World Series. What are you
the Mariners were shit, Matt, for literally my entire life.
They made the World Series last year.
Until like 2 years ago.
They did not make the World Series last year?
Exactly. Now they're good. It's crazy. They've been
that's cool.
shitty forever. I mean, they have.
Actually, October was pretty awesome when the Rockies did make the World Series. That was cool. I went to a Rockies game then. It was cold as shit. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And it went like extras, if I remember correctly. Holiday crushed one to left field and then like ran some, like I can't remember how they won, but he slid into home and maybe that was the one where he stuffed his face all over the fucking bag.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that was cool. Like, usually baseball can get fucked, but every now and then it's cool.
Yeah. Good memories of the Rockies. Hopefully they get better soon, Matt. Maybe with Kyler Murray. Who knows? But, man, this has been it's good being back here. 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot more to talk about here. There's NFL news going down left and right here. We're going to break it all down for you guys tomorrow here at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. Talk more CU spring ball. Coach Bryant may or may not have a press conference tomorrow that we'll have to react to. That and so much more. So I can't wait to break that down with you guys tomorrow. Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here on this fine Monday?
No, let's just go.
Great ending here. Great show. It's 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. If you guys would like to donate, the super chat is open. Shout out to Mike Bundy and several others for donating. Mike Bundy with the C note on a Monday. Shout out to getting Nick some new shoes. That and so much more here. We appreciate you guys, and we will be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Like I said, 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Enjoy your Monday. Peace.